So it's February 11th. Of course, hunting season's been over for 40 days now, but I got this new camera and I wanted to come and give it a try. Actually, I got a whole new setup. You recognize this as the small rig fluid head, mini fluid head, and a Lone Wolf custom gear pocket arm, and pretty nice little setup. I won't mention the bounce because everybody knows it bounces, but that's a trade-off, I guess, for being so lightweight and small. So take a look at my camera setup here. This is a DJI, I think this is a Mavic Mini. Semi-hard case. It's got everything in it, including my ZV-1 microphone. But only reason I brought that is because I thought maybe I just want to test it and compare it to the internal mic. So I'm hoping that some deer come out so I can test this out. I'll be here till dark, so hopefully I'll be able to try the low light capabilities. I have not picked up any spare batteries yet, so I'm working on one battery, and maybe we'll see how long that lasts. It's moderate today. It's probably 65 right now. So otherwise, it's hard for me to get up. I might give it a try in the morning too, because it's supposed to be in the mid 40s. And I do have another tree stand I have to take down. So, let's see how it goes. So it is February 11th. The season's been over for 40 days now, but I have this new camera I want to test out, the Sony ZV-1. And so I want to check out and see how this internal microphone sounds. I've got quite a bit of wind today, so I'm hoping to see how it does with a lot of wind. I have wind noise reduction turned off on the camera, so I want to see how it does with wind. It's been gusting to about 10 miles an hour this afternoon, so I'm hoping I'll be able to see how it does with wind, and also I hope I get some deer to come out or some squirrels or something, so I can check and see what it does at picking up animals, walking in the leaves. And so stay tuned. So now I switched over to Sony's ECM-GZ1M shotgun microphone, and it's a small little microphone. It's great because it plugs into the camera body and is powered from the camera body, and it the signal goes through the body. So that's what's pretty neat about it. It's pretty small, lightweight, not much trouble to carry around with me. So it's kind of windy today, as I said before. And I do hear wind noise with this microphone, but I don't know if it's gonna. I'll have to listen to it in post to see if I hear wind rushing across the microphone creating noise, or if it's just the general noise drone of the wind blowing through the trees. So one way or another, it's a good day to test both these microphones as far as wind noise. I like this microphone, and it would be no trouble at all to use this because it is so small and compact, and I've used it extensively with all my other Sony cameras, and it works great. I love the sound I get from it, and so it won't matter one bit if I ended up carrying this one because it's so small and lightweight. So if you going to grab one of these cameras, then maybe you might consider getting one of these microphones too. So let's see if I can show how this lens does on zoom. This is on wide angle, so I assume that's 18. So let's zoom in and see. So now we have clear image zoom, and that's its limit on clear image zoom. Also, I'm going to switch to manual focus so we can. There we go. But that's the limit with clear image zoom turned on, and here it is without. So it is 5:52, which is sunset. My aperture is 1.8 and my ISO is at 500, and I am at aperture priority mode. It is now 6:02, 10 minutes after sunset, 20 minutes of legal shooting light left if it was hunting season. Aperture 1.8 in aperture priority mode. My ISO has bumped up to 1600 now. Alright, it is now 6:07, 15 minutes after sunset with 15 minutes of legal shooting light left if I was hunting. Still in aperture priority mode, my aperture at 1.8. ISO has gone up to 4000 though. So let's try something like this, like zoom in the woods and see how it does. Alright, it is 6:12, 20 minutes after sunset, 10 minutes of legal shooting light left. I have got aperture at 1.8 and my ISO is bumped up to 6400. And at bow hunting ranges, it looks pretty good. Even if I zoom in, let's see, that certainly darkens up because it forces my aperture to go up even on aperture priority mode, so I'd have to leave it on wide angle to keep that 1.8 aperture. I could not zoom in, but at bow hunting ranges 20 minutes after sunset, it still looks good, but I'd have to get it on the computer to see if I've got a lot of grain. Alright, it is 6:18, 26 minutes after sunset, and if I was bow hunting with my recurve, I could still take a shot right here at 20 yards, but you can see it's about over. Aperture 1.8, ISO 6400, but the camera is blinking and telling me that it just can't